The third thing I learned to change my life, and this might sound surprising, is that there are far more similarities between waging war and waging peace than differences. And many of the skills you need for waging war, you also need for waging peace. That might sound counterintuitive, but think about all the things you need for waging war that you also need for waging peace. Here are a few examples. Whether you're waging war or waging peace, you need training, organization, planning, recruiting. What else do you need for waging war and waging peace? What else do they have in common?
Leadership.
Leadership, great. Great answer. What else?
Media.
Excuse me?
Media.
Media, great. What else?
Strategy.
Strategy. Whether you're waging war or waging peace, you need to think tactically and strategically. You need to win hearts and minds. We were trying to win hearts and minds in Vietnam. Martin Luther King Jr. was trying to win hearts and minds in America. Whether you're waging war or waging peace, you need leadership, courage, discipline, selflessness, sacrifice, camaraderie, solidarity, teamwork, cooperation. You can see all of these things in the civil rights movement, and you can see all of these things in a military unit. But there are two crucial differences between waging war and waging peace. Two crucial differences. What's different about waging war and waging peace?
More patience.
Excuse me?
Like more patience and like less of an ego.
I think you need lack of ego for both, actually. There's a saying in the army, that goes, you would be amazed at what you can accomplish when you get your ego out of the way. Remember, army is all about teamwork, and you have to subjugate your ego to the group. And if you seek personal glory, the mission has to take priority over personal glory and your own ego. And the military requires a lot of patience. You ever hear that saying that war is 99% boredom and 1% pure terror? If you look at all, especially the ancient wars, I mean, they just sat around all day for months and months and months, and they have a battle. So I think you need patience for both. And one thing martial arts philosophy teaches is the importance of patience. Yes?
For peace, you have to learn not to fight back, and for war, you have to train them to fight initially.
Oh, that's a good point. But keep in mind, peace you are fighting back, but you're fighting back with different
Physically, I guess.
tools. Yeah. That's one thing about Gandhi, is Gandhi rejected the pacifist notion as it was understood in Christianity, as Tolstoy understood it. Gandhi believed in using coercion. He believed in just and moral coercion. That's what a boycott is. It's a kind of a form of arm twisting. And Gandhi believed in fighting back, but he said you have to fight back with ways that aren't violent. You have to fight back in ways that change how people think. You have to change how people think, and that's how you fight back. But, I mean, one difference is killing, right? Killing. When waging war, you're trying to transform a human being into a corpse. When waging peace, you're trying to transform a human being into a friend. And that's a big difference, right? But there's another crucial difference between war. There's another crucial difference between waging war and waging peace. Another crucial difference. I think Sun Tzu said it best when he said, all war is based on deception. When you're near, you want your enemy to think you're far. When you're far, you want your enemy to think you're near. When you're about to attack, you want your enemy to think you're unable to attack. When you're unable to attack, you want your enemy to think you're about to attack. When you're active, you want your enemy to think you're inactive. When you're inactive, you want your enemy to think you're active. A long time ago, I used to box, and I learned that boxing is based on deception. You want to hit your opponent with your left hand, but you want your opponent to think you're going to hit him with your right hand. You want to hit your opponent with a left hook, but you want your opponent to think you're going to hit him with a right uppercut. Waging peace, on the other hand, is based on the truth. It involves exposing the truth about women's equality, racial equality, oppression, injustice, slavery, war. Gandhi never had any secret plans. Gandhi never had a top secret file. When Gandhi would conduct a demonstration, he would tell everybody what he's going to do, when he's going to do it. Because Gandhi knew that peace requires trust and mutual understanding and improving people's understanding. And Gandhi taught and showed that you cannot transform an enemy into a friend by deceiving them, and the truth is much better at winning hearts and minds than deception. So it's actually unfortunate that in the West, we think that the fundamental foundation of war is violence. But what Sun Tzu taught is the fundamental foundation of war is actually deception. That's the main principle of war, is deception. More so than violence, actually. Because you can actually win a war just through deception, just by tricking your opponent.